I get where you're coming from. Factory food production can seem a little unappetizing when broken down step by step. But when it comes to pasta and its sauce, things aren't as bad as you might think. Well, to get all those answers, we have stepped into their farms where they grow the majority of their tomatoes. Before even a single tomato reaches the factory, there's a harvesting race happening out in the fields. It's basically a giant mechanical buddy rolling through rows of tomato plants, shaking the vines so fast that only the ripest tomatoes fall off. These harvesters use vibration technology. They shake the plants just enough to loosen ripe tomatoes while leaving unripe ones behind. Yeah, dude, coming to that delicious sauce making, and even the factory-made sauce will look this much delicious. There's one rule every sauce factory follows. The fresher the tomato, the better the sauce. So they clean the fresh tomatoes and chop them right away to get the puree. Now what's more important in that red sauce is garlic, and instead of using all automated systems, workers fry the peeled and chopped garlic cloves manually. They simply grab long-handled metal spatulas, stirring the garlic to keep it from sticking or burning. They need to keep it balanced, and it's a skill that takes practice. Do you love that sizzling sound of garlic? And don't even start about its aroma. Now comes the real test. Seasoning. Workers reach for pre-measured trays of salt, sugar, and other spices for flavor. Layer by layer, the machines stop stirring when it's ready. But before it goes anywhere, it needs to be sealed up perfectly. And that's where the bottling process begins. But this factory does something different. Every single jar gets a fresh basil leaf at the bottom. The heat from the sauce activates the oils in the basil, slowly infusing the entire jar with an extra layer of freshness. It's a small touch, but it makes a huge difference in taste. Regular all-purpose flour wouldn't work here. It would make the pasta too soft and mushy after cooking, so they take out the durum wheat. First, the wheat goes through a series of sifters and air blowers that remove any dirt or leftover husks. Then, the cleaned grains move into huge steel roller mills, which gradually crush them into fine golden yellow granules. This is semolina. The dough, which still looks crumbly, is eventually fed into an extruder, a powerful machine that uses enormous pressure to force the dough through metal dies. For penne, the die is round with hollow centers, so as the dough gets pushed through, it comes out in long tube-like strips. Now that the penne pasta is dried, firm, and ready to go, it reaches the part of the factory where it will finally take its first dip in hot water. So here comes the huge deep pots filled with steaming hot water, with conveyor belts slowly moving the pasta through it. The pasta is cooked for just the right amount of time, usually between 2 minutes to 3 minutes. This is far shorter than what you do at home because factory pasta doesn't need to be fully soft. It just needs to be pre-cooked. And after that, a chilled bath to stop the cooking process. Now comes the moment when everything comes together. Penne and red sauce finally meet. The pasta needs to be portioned perfectly, the sauce must be hot and evenly distributed, and every tray has to look identical. The machine is designed to scoop out the exact amount of pasta needed for each meal tray. But how does it measure it so precisely? They use weight sensors to ensure each portion is identical. If the sauce were to land in just one spot, some parts of the pasta might stay dry while others get drenched. That's why they have this serene way of dispensing it. You might have seen bodybuilders and other gym freaks relying on huge black containers of protein powders. Yes, I know what you would say, that it's dangerous, dude. But have you ever wondered how exactly? Like, what goes into it? Or what are they gulping? So this video might not feel like our regular videos, as we also want to uncover all the dark secrets behind making the protein powders. Come with us to see what unnatural stuff they're adding that doctors don't like about it. Let's get straight to the farms where they keep their cattle. These cows live a lifestyle that's as natural as possible. They're raised in open pastures with plenty of room to graze, roam, and soak up the sunshine, and spend most of their day munching on fresh grass and plants. This is their natural diet, and it's a big reason why their milk has higher nutritional value. While grass is their primary food source, it's supplemented with hay and silage, usually fermented grass or corn during winter when pastures aren't as lush. Another interesting aspect is how farmers manage milking routines. Milking usually happens twice a day, at the same times each morning and evening. It's done using gentle suction machines, so the cows are comfortable. Yes, they are washing the entire area of processing, and no, they aren't doing this just for the video. It's their one of the usual chores that you do without any specific reason. Once the milk passes the checks, it's ready for unloading. Those pipes make the milk flow directly into large refrigerated storage silos without coming into contact with air or external contaminants. And the silos are really big, like they can hold thousands of gallons of milk, keeping it fresh until it's ready for processing. When it's time to heat it again, this time the focus is on activating the cheese-making process. As the milk warms up, it's gently stirred to keep the heat evenly distributed. An enzyme, either animal-based or plant-based, is added to coagulate the milk, turning it into curds and whey. When the rennet does its job, the milk thickens into a jelly-like mass within 30 to 60 minutes. Experienced cheesemakers often rely on instinct and touch to make sure if it's ready. The first step in separating curd from whey is cutting the curd. After most of the whey is drained, the curds are collected from the draining vat. At this point, they're soft, moist, and still a bit crumbly. The first thing they do after getting the whey is filtering it. Even though most of the curds have been removed, tiny milk solids and impurities can still be present. Once filtered, the whey undergoes pasteurization because raw whey can spoil quickly, and pasteurization ensures it's safe and stable for further processing. Next comes the concentration process, where the whey's water content is reduced. That spray drying is a marvel of efficiency, you know. In just seconds, it transforms gallons of liquid whey into a fine powder. This powder is cooled quickly to prevent clumping and preserve its nutritional quality. That fine texture of whey powder is what makes it dissolve so easily in water or smoothies. That's why it's a favorite ingredient in protein shakes, meal replacements, and even baked goods. Before packaging, the whey powder goes through quality checks. Samples are tested for protein content, moisture levels, and microbial safety. Once it passes all tests, the whey powder is packaged into airtight containers to maintain its freshness. In large-scale factories, this is done using automated filling machines that seal the packages in seconds, minimizing exposure to air and moisture. As far as the containers are concerned, they use high-quality containers or bags that are specifically designed to protect whey protein powder from moisture, air, and light, three major enemies of powdered products. The expiration date and batch number are also printed onto the packaging, so the consumers know exactly when the powder is best consumed and provides traceability for safety and quality control purposes. The remaining curds, which have been stored earlier, are now typically pressed into molds. It's important to shape the cheese and ensure the curds compact into a uniform texture. The pressing process also helps remove any remaining whey and gives the cheese its final shape. For cheeses like mozzarella, the process ends here and it's ready for packaging. Whether it's a childhood snack tucked into lunchboxes, a companion to your evening coffee, or a midnight craving, this dessert holds a special place in our hearts. Light and fluffy sponge serves as the foundation. Its airy texture is achieved through precise baking techniques, often relying on whipped eggs to create that irresistible softness. Add to that the layer of chocolate, and you've got a dessert that's as luxurious as it is comforting. From kids to grandparents, chocolate-coated sponge cakes surpass age and geography. So, the next time you unwrap one, take a moment to remember this video, how you've seen its delightful layers being created with so much precision and total automation. Few desserts can compete with the absolute delight of an Oreo ice cream. It's the perfect combination of velvety, creamy ice cream and the iconic crunch of Oreo cookies. The moment you scoop it up, you're greeted by swirls of cookie crumbles, rich, chocolatey chunks, and that unmistakable flavor of Oreo that's been winning hearts for generations. No, I clearly didn't exaggerate just because I loved it. Sorry, dude, that was a bit personal. There's something undeniably charming about a fish-shaped sponge cake. Maybe it's the charming design, reminiscent of playful childhood snacks, or perhaps it's the surprise waiting inside each one. Either way, they're loved by all the generations for their special tea times. Whether it's custard, red bean paste, or chocolate, these little cakes have captured hearts around the globe. Don't judge. Yes, kinds of fish-shaped cakes with those fillings do exist. Originating in countries like Japan and Korea, the fish-shaped sponge cake is much loved. That super soft sponge itself is a masterpiece, light, airy, and subtly sweet. And why on earth everything that appears so cute is always from these two countries? If you can't stand the fragrance of fresh and sweet apples, then sorry, bud, this video isn't for you. Because it's magical behind the scenes may enchant you to feel that fragrance right through the video. So, are we ready to get inside the mega factory of apple pie production? I think we are. Things are gonna get this beautiful if you stay with us. But first, let me ask, do you love the colorful blossom season, or are you more of an autumn lover? No, dude, it makes a huge difference. Making industrial apple pie is a lot more similar to home-baked apple pie. It all starts with the same thing, picking the right apples. These apple orchards are often located in regions known for their crisp, cool climates, which are ideal for apple growing, such as Washington State in the US, which produces about 60% of the country's apples. Farmers have got an eye for perfection. If you think they simply pluck whatever's hanging low, that's not true. The apples are plucked with just enough tender, loving care to avoid bruising. You all probably know, farmers use a combination of manual labor and advanced machinery to pick apples, while smaller orchards might rely on hand picking to ensure the delicate fruit isn't bruised. Larger operations often employ mechanical harvesters that gently shake the apples off the trees. These machines are designed to mimic the gentle tug of a human hand, which is extremely important to prevent damaging the fruit. Once picked, the apples are carefully stored. This might not involve intense strategy, but the padded baskets will do the most work here. Quality assurance is the top priority for any business to keep going successfully, isn't it? Trucks unload their daily apples, haul onto conveyor belts, and the apples are carried into the facility for their first round of inspection. It is all about ensuring quality and safety. Here's where, if not the magic, then careful sorting begins. These initial hygiene and some serious techniques are applied to make sure the fruit stays hydrated, while, in the meantime, it loosens the dirt. The apples pass through high-tech scanners while staying in water that check for size, color, and external imperfections. You know, dipping the freshly harvested fruit stock in fresh water is a most used natural method to loosen the dirt while cooling down the fruits so their freshness is intact. Yeah, we're going to show you the next step just in a moment. Those apples have come straight from the water baths, so they must be dried completely before further processing. As soon as the apples are ready for their further touch-ups, let's see how they make the dough for apple pie crust. You know, we just don't want to miss anything out. As soon as the cream of the crop has been selected, they're off to the peeling station. Now, you might think peeling thousands of apples a day requires an army of, what do we say, grandmas with paring knives? No. Modern factories have a better trick up their sleeves. They use high-tech peeling machines that can expertly peel, core, and even slice apples in seconds. After the apples are peeled and looking pretty, they're sliced into perfect pieces. And what are the perfect pieces? The rightly sliced apples with the same thickness to maintain its crispiness in every bite. The prepared apple slices are tossed with spices and sugar in huge rotating drums, where they are cooked in massive rotating drums under precise steam pressure. Those drums are so powerful, they can process up to 5 tons of filling at once. Yeah, it's pure science. Factories use chilled ingredients, and I mean really cold. That's because cold fat creates steam pockets during baking, giving you that flaky texture we all love. So, the first rule of crust making? Keep it cold. Once the dough is mixed, it's time to roll it out. We're talking about enormous rollers that spread each portion dough into perfectly even sheets. These rollers are so precise, they can adjust the thickness of the dough down to a fraction of a millimeter and make the dough exactly of the pie shape. In short, just what we wanted to see. The prepared crusts glide down a conveyor belt toward filling stations, and the large dispensers scoop just the right amount of apple filling into each crust. The excessive dough isn't wasted, it is repurposed into mini pies or decorative lattice strips for fancy tops. You're gonna see that later in this video. This is the simplest and most traditional lid design, so that the simple machines can easily roll out large sheets of dough just like they do for the bottom crusts. But this time, the dough is cut into circles slightly larger than the pie pans. Why larger, if you ask? That's because the edges need to hang over slightly to seal with the bottom crust. Some factories have those complex setups for a quick spray of egg whites to the top crust, giving it that golden brown shine when it's baked. The best time has arrived. Tasting and rating the overall quality of the product. If it's par excellence, it'll be immediately cooled down and frozen for a better experience. For pies that need to stand out, factories often use cutouts. It can be either any specific pattern, holiday-themed design, or simple designs that are easy to make every time, same as this one. These are often made using dough presses with built-in molds. The machines punch out shapes and arrange them directly on the pie's surface. Apple pie comes in various designs and made with several techniques, so everyone with different taste buds can enjoy the go-to apple pies. In order to make the pocket-sized apple pie, which is not even messier as the saucy one, these people need to get ready the batch of chopped apples. They will be needing the bit-sized apples to fill in the crust, which will later be firmed upon baking, giving the real apple experience. Large-scale factories don't rely on human calculations for this. They use advanced sensors to monitor the weight of the filling added to each pie. If one pie gets a little too much or too little, it's flagged and adjusted to avoid inconsistency. It's all about maintaining that uniform quality you'd expect from a perfect apple pie. Apple blossom pies are one of the best sweets I have ever discovered. Their size makes them approachable. You don't need a knife and fork, just your hands and a napkin. And because they're baked in smaller portions, they often have that caramelized edge where the crust meets the filling, adding a slight chewiness that's pure joy. They take everything we love about apple pie, the flaky crust, the warm spices, the juicy fruit, and wrap it up in a cute, portable bundle of deliciousness. So, yeah, they're doing so much great work just to make us feel special and fulfill our sweet cravings.
Our today's journey towards the KFC tenders begins in the serene environment of this amazing poultry house, which is located in the United States. Being KFC's biggest supplier, these farms are not just places where chickens are raised. They are carefully designed spaces dedicated to the well-being of the birds. Automatic dispensers play a key role in maintaining the chicken's health. Fresh, clean water is always available thanks to these dispensers. In spacious barns, chickens are given room to roam freely, unlike the cramped conditions found in some other farming setups. This freedom is crucial because a stress-free environment helps the chickens grow healthy and robust. Once the chickens are deemed ready, these modern collecting machines arrive at the farms. These machines are somewhat like large vacuum systems, but with a gentle touch. Instead of sucking up the chickens roughly, they handle them with great care. Once the chickens are collected, they are placed into clean, secure crates. These crates are specifically designed to ensure the safety and comfort of the chickens during their journey. This helps reduce stress and keeps them calm throughout the trip. Upon arrival at the processing plant, the chickens are unloaded with the same care and attention they receive throughout their journey. The unloading process is handled by experienced workers who uses a bunch of conveyor belts and understand the importance of gentle handling. The focus remains on maintaining their health and safety, which is crucial for producing high-quality products. Just a little manual help for a smooth processing. The processing plant is a marvel of modern technology, designed to handle large volumes of chickens while ensuring efficiency and precision. As the chickens travel along the conveyor belt, they pass through a stunning machine. This machine is designed to render the chickens unconscious in a way that is both quick and painless. One of the most important steps in the processing plant is ensuring the chickens are treated humanely. This commitment to humane treatment reflects the industry's focus on animal welfare. The chickens move to the feather removal stage. This is where a specialized machine removes all the feathers from the chickens. One of the first steps involves separating the chicken feet from the rest of the body. After the feet are removed, the chickens move on to the next stage, where their internal sections are cleaned out. Once the internal cleaning is complete, the chickens are thoroughly washed. The washing process, held in the pool of water that also uses high-pressure water jets to remove any remaining blood or impurities. With the chickens dried, the next stage involves cutting them into various parts, keeping the breast pieces for KFC tenders processing as they are known for their juicy tenderness. The rest of the chicken will also be cut into pieces and collected for further selling purposes. I almost forgot, but the machines don't. Before making cuts to the breast pieces, the abrasive roller pins conveniently removes the skin from the breast piece, so you never have to compromise on taste and quality. Specialized machines are used to make precise cuts, separating the breast from the rest of the chicken. These machines are designed to handle the chicken gently while ensuring that each cut is clean and accurate. The breast pieces are cut from the bony parts of the chicken, which are handled separately. Once the chicken breasts are separated from the rest of the chicken, they are carefully collected. Now the breast pieces are being placed into drum rollers. This part of the process is designed to make the chicken breasts even juicier. The drum rollers gently tumble the chicken pieces, allowing them to lock in moisture and enhance the overall tenderness of the chicken. After the drum rollers, the chicken pieces move to the sorting stage. Here, they are manually placed on running belts more like sieves. These sieves allow experts to inspect each piece carefully. To ensure that the chicken is safe to eat, the pieces are then sprayed with a solution responsible to remove any harmful bacteria from the surface. The spray helps to reduce the risk of contamination and ensures that the chicken is clean and ready. We are really working hard to entertain you guys. If you think we deserve your like, please hit that like button. Once the chicken pieces are thoroughly cleaned, they are coated with flour to a delicious texture to the chicken and helps in creating a crispy coating when fried. Importantly, no artificial ingredients are used in this flour coating. The flour-covered pieces are then transported on shaker or vibrating belts, which ensure that the coating is applied evenly and that the pieces are aligned in a uniform shape. This partial frying locks in the tenderness and juiciness of the chicken while giving it a golden brown color and a crisp texture on the outside. Cheese cubes are a popular snack and ingredient in many dishes, prized for their gooey, melty centers and crispy coatings when fried. The battered cheese cubes are passed through a bed of breadcrumbs in the automatic machine. These machines not only increase efficiency, but also ensure consistency and quality in the final product. By automating the process, manufacturers can produce large quantities of cheese cubes with perfect coatings every time. From mixing ingredients to packaging the final product, every step is designed to create patties that are not only delicious, but also made with remarkable efficiency. Carrying the capacity of 1,500 liters at a time, they can literally cope up with the bigger projects, like more than hundreds and thousands of patties every day. Check out that pretty smooth process to package the burger patties to avoid the inconvenience. Enjoying that burger crunch or dreaming right now? Anyways, in both the case, you need to complete that fast food party with chicken nuggets. Even if you don't like those crispy and juicy chicken nuggets, you gotta watch this video. That may trigger some taste buds in you. For that appealing golden brown appearance, they fry these nuggets for around 70%, so they will be almost ready when you place your order in restaurants. Automation like these becomes even fascinating when they give a touch of love and care. Here are two sort of nuggets being made, and if you ask me, both are something delicious enough to die for. I'm kind of a huge foodie.
Tucked away in the middle of America's candy aisle, there's a bar that's impossible to miss. Yes, it's the Butterfinger. Come with me. I'll show you how it's made in factories at such a massive scale you might have ever seen before. In about 4 to 5 months, the peanuts grow fully, but look at this amazing transformation it goes through. Farms located in Georgia, Texas, and the United States are known as peanut belts because of the sandy soil and sunny climate. They help create the perfect environment for these legumes to thrive. Just when the peanuts are dried, they are loaded into large trucks and sent to a processing facility. But not all peanuts make the cut. To ensure Butterfingers have the best taste and texture, only the highest grade peanuts are used. So the respective people working there inspect the nuts for any imperfections, sorting out the broken or blemished ones. The entire today's peanut stock gets inside the cracking machines, batch by batch, and we get the inner edible part getting separated from the outer brown shells. You will see the peanuts are roasted at high temperatures, which brings out their natural oils and intensifies their flavor. Also, it helps in removing the red-colored papery thin skin from the peanuts, which will later be blown away via blowers. and only the skin-colored peanuts will be left behind. After roasting, the peanuts are blanched, meaning their skins are removed, leaving behind golden brown kernels a little cooked. These kernels are then ground into a smooth, creamy peanut butter. And let me remind you, a little blanching technique helped here. And this peanut butter is usually not much refined, which you get inside those jars. In order to make that crunchy candy, they need to collect the sugar beets so they will get the ultimate sweetener. While talking about sugar, what do you think? Is consuming that much sugar on a daily basis a healthy choice? Just curious what you people think. Butterfingers wouldn't be the same without their sugary layers. By the time they process and transform that sugar juice into the white sugar crystals, it'll be immediately sifted and loaded to send to the Butterfingers factory. Once sugar's processed, it's heated and blended with corn syrup until thick and gooey. This mixture forms the foundation for Butterfinger's iconic crispy layers. Combined with that pre-prepped special peanut butter, it's cooked to perfection and then later cooled on conveyor belts. Handling hot sugar is serious business. One misstep and it can burn badly, so workers have to be extra careful. Conveyor belts carry the long sheets to cutting stations. Now that the crunchy peanut buttery cores are perfectly formed, it's time for what might be the most mouth-watering step of all: wrapping them in a layer of luscious, creamy chocolate. Let's get to the coating station, where the candy cores take a quick ride on a conveyor belt, and they pass under, literally, a cascade of melted chocolate in what's known as an enrobing machine. This machine ensures that every core is evenly coated, top to bottom, without missing a spot. Over the years, Butterfinger has dropped some wild, limited edition products. Who remember Butterfinger BBs? Those bite-sized, chocolate-covered balls were a 90s snack legend. Rumor has it they were discontinued in 2006 because they melted too easily during shipping. The robotic pizza sauce dispenser is a game changer for mass pizza production because, as you can see, it brings precision, speed, and consistency to an otherwise messy and time-consuming task. Oh, come on, you have to agree, or else you haven't seen the behind the scenes of how your pizzas are made in restaurants. This automation is invaluable for large-scale production. It dramatically speeds up the process, allowing hundreds or even thousands of pizzas to be topped per hour. These high-tech setups of ice cream production are designed not just for efficiency, but to craft the creamy delight that millions love. Yep, you and I are involved. What's incredible is how these factories easily cater to endless flavors and forms. Even special add-ons drop the mix-ins right where they belong without missing a beat. Chips flavoring and packaging on an automated line is a fascinating blend of science and speed, so that every crispy bite is loaded with just the right amount of flavor and reaches you fresh and intact. Once the chips are fried to golden perfection, they travel on conveyor belts to the flavoring drum. As they tumble in the drum, the rotation and airflow are calibrated to prevent the chips from breaking, while ensuring every piece is perfectly coated. Let's break down the amazing journey of this delicious Korean snack step by step, and it'll be both fun and easy to follow. That stretchy dough is kneaded and rolled out. You can say like a pizza dough, but in tiny portions for those perfect bite-sized pieces. As they bake, they puff up and turn golden brown, almost like tiny baguettes you might find in a French bakery, but way smaller and definitely crunchier. And don't even get me started on how addictive these snacks are. 1 minute, you're opening a bag for a quick snack, and the next thing you know, it's almost gone. If the spices are just basics, then what's the secret behind their deliciousness? Perhaps it's all about the balance. These little treats are a perfect combination of soft, buttery cookies with a sweet, fruity jam center. You know the kind, crispy on the edges, tender in the middle, and that burst of fruitiness in every bite. And that jam is usually made from a blend of fruits like strawberries, raspberries, or apricots, or sometimes even a blend of all of them. Hey, are you enjoying this video? Stay tuned, because you never know what's coming ahead. But yeah, I can assure you, it's gonna be wonderful moments of entertainment. So don't forget to support us with your love, as you always have been doing, and I am so grateful for that. These advanced systems can handle thousands of bags per hour, making them essential for large-scale snack production.
You might have eaten all the banana chips, so let's start the process from scratch, where these expert farmers are taking immense care of banana trees. He is removing the dried flowing part to improve air circulation and sunlight penetration, and you all know it's the key step. You might be thinking, why bags? This blue bagging around reduces the need for chemical pesticides, promoting a more organic approach to pest management, and controls the consistent temperature and humidity levels. When the desired thickness for green bananas is achieved, they start separating the banana fingers bunch using sharp knives, and then the cut is made a few inches above the first hand, ensuring all banana hands are harvested together. They use this DIY transporting wire system to conveniently carry and transport the entire harvested bananas all at once and safely towards the main units. This way, they protect the bananas from all the potential damages, including bruises. Bananas grow best in warm temperatures, and India is the largest producer of bananas. It produces around 30 million bananas per year. Once these bananas reach the facility, they prepare the stage for cleaning and washing these bananas. For this purpose, they set a delicate yet required amount of water pressure to clean the banana without damaging them. Let's take a quality test first. These approved bananas have arrived for thorough cleaning. Neatly cutting those banana hands by using sharp knives, this process is mainly done manually with great precision. Also, to extend the shelf life and maintain the quality of the bananas throughout the processing, they are pre-cooled to reduce their temperature quickly. This step slows down the ripening process and helps in maintaining firmness. Pre-cooling is typically done in large pools of cold and fresh water. Only the bananas that meet the strict criteria for size, shape, and firmness are selected for chip production. Sorting is often done by hand to ensure the consistent quality. These hard workers inspect, choose, and collect the approved bananas in bins to prepare them and transport them for further processing. They need to only select the right sized and green bananas because they are going to transport them, and fruits like these will not go ruined on a long trip. Besides, they will be fully ripe on arrival, and we will show you that too, so stay for a while. Here comes slapping those bananas with love, not really, with company labels and declaring them as ready to make your mouth-watering, irresistible chips. As we have told you before, bulk banana farming is possible only in hot areas, so they are going to hit a long trip, so that disinfectant spray is a must. Sit back and wait a moment, because the journey has just begun. You're going to witness the real chip production ahead. This is no mediocre banana production factory. They need to handle and transport thousands and sometimes millions tons of bananas. In addition to producing banana chips, the factory also exports fresh bananas. Using the same rigorous selection process, only the best bananas are chosen and carefully packed to maintain their quality during transport. We arrive at the factory to make banana pulp. The process starts with receiving crates of fresh, ripe bananas. Fresh bananas have a short shelf life and can quickly become overripe, but processing them into pulp helps extend their usability. The smooth, creamy texture of banana pulp makes it an ideal ingredient for smoothies, baby food, and baked goods, adding natural sweetness and nutritional value without the need for artificial additives. In the banana chips production process, it all begins with selecting the perfect green bananas. Green bananas are preferred because they are firmer and less sweet than ripe ones, making them ideal for slicing and frying. This is the banana slicer that transforms raw bananas into uniform slices of consistent thickness. Talking about thickness, it must be around 3 millimeters thick to get the perfect crisp. And here the frying begins. This super satisfying industrial fryer is going to produce the crispy golden brown chips. This machine features a conveyor belt system that carries the fried banana chips out of the fryer to ensure the even frying. As soon as they add the finishing touch to the banana chips by applying flavorings or several seasonings, they are sent for final packaging. Banana chips provide a tasty and convenient snack that's rich in potassium and dietary fiber. Using these multi-head weighing machines is a way more efficient and quick way of packaging the right amount of banana chips every time in every packet. Eating bananas may help improve mood and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. Additionally, the vitamin B6 in bananas plays a role in neurotransmitter synthesis. When it comes to juices, apple juice remains on the top of the list. It is commonly available in bottled form, making it convenient for consumption. But if you are curious how they make apple juice bottles in bulk, you've come to the right place. Apple juice also contains natural sugars, primarily fructose, which can contribute to calorie intake. It is important to consume apple juice in moderation as part of a balanced diet. You know, every company has their plus points, but speaking of Japan, the country is known for its premium apple juices, often made from specially cultivated apples and marketed as luxury items. Some brands produce juice using a single, high-quality apple per bottle. the convenience of processed apple products might lead people to choose these over fresh apples. While processed products are easier to consume on the go, they often lack the full range of nutrients and health benefits found in fresh apples. With their brain-like appearance, it's no surprise that walnuts are often touted as a brain food. The omega-3 fatty acids found in walnuts are essential for brain health and may help improve cognitive function. Walnuts are rich in antioxidants and fiber, which can help reduce the risk of heart disease. Adding walnuts to your diet may lower cholesterol levels and improve overall heart health. So, they tell you they are good for your heart, by the way. We are also good for your heart, aren't we? We have brought so many reasons for you to enjoy, learn, and even smile. Don't you think we deserve your attention, or a single like? See that glowing like button is waiting for you to hit him, along with watching this entire satisfying factory process. Despite their health benefits, walnuts are calorie-dense due to their fat content. Let me add that a moderate serving size of walnuts is typically around 1 ounce or 28 grams, which is roughly a small handful or about 12 to 14 walnut halves. Yummy goodness. One of the primary reasons people choose to eat croissants is their irresistible texture and flavor. A well-made croissant boasts layers of delicate, flaky pastry that practically melts in your mouth with each bite, and these machines are to make that possible. Croissants hold a special place in the hearts and taste buds of people around the world. These flaky, buttery pastries have become a beloved treat enjoyed by millions, and I think they are going to be loved for another lifetime ahead. Baklava's signature layers of thin, crisp pastry are a testament to the skill of these creators. The sight of golden layers, the aroma of toasted nuts, the delicate crunch as you bite into a piece. Each sensation contributes to the overall experience of pleasure. If you think I exaggerated, dude, you've to taste it to prove me wrong. This entire handmade charm adds to its appeal, making each piece feel like a labor of love. And that sugar syrup at the end is something perfectly satisfying. Wire cutters excel at delivering precise, uniform cuts, making them ideal for tasks that require consistency to slice various food items. Their ability to produce clean, even slices ensures product uniformity and presentation excellence. Here's something even more exciting, because whenever it comes to chocolate, my senses go, out of senses. But first, they need to uniformly cut the inner material to get coated with the rich, smooth, and irresistible chocolate. Here arrives the spotlight of the day, the evenly dripping chocolate waterfall. You might have noticed how beautifully they've covered the entire filling in an equal manner. Now these waffles are incredibly versatile in general, which makes them suitable for a variety of occasions and cravings. They can be served as a breakfast, a satisfying dessert, or even a playful snack. Just wait for their final touch-up. That rich and yummy melted chocolate will blow your mind. That's a wrap for today, but our satisfying food production journey isn't over yet. If you want to watch more videos like these, you can find us here. A natural golden nectar that not only sweetens your life, but also heals and nourishes your body with every nutritional rich drop. In this video, we're going to take you through a rare traditional method of harvesting honey in bulk. So don't move, or those stingy honeybees going to get you. When a bee egg hatches, It's like a beautiful miracle in action. Out pops a legless, featureless white grub that looks like a gummy worm. You know, those hexagonal wax cells in the hive are their natural, perfect design to protect larvae, store precious food, especially during scarce winters, and help maintain the hive's structure and temperature. These bees fly from flower to flower, gathering sweet nectar using their tube-like tongue from blossoms. They store this precious nectar in their honey stomach, separate from their regular stomach. Probably the bravest man on earth. Kidding. It's kind of important to prepare yourself with a beekeeper's suit, helmet, and gloves for secure honey harvesting. Using the smoke effectively calms the bees, making the inspection process both efficient and respectful of their hard work. Here, the hive tool is essential for separating frames, while the gentle bee brush helps manipulate bees without harm. One by one, each hive is carefully passed through a honey brush, separating the bees with safety and care. Using this process, the bees are expertly separated, and their nectar-filled hives are skillfully transferred into neatly arranged boxes. I really want to salute this woman for not even wearing any gear to protect herself from those stingy bees. I would never do that. Human hands have always been skillful and experienced in every task. The honey hive boxes are now transported to the factory, where they are systematically moved through the first step of processing, which is removing the top layer of the hive, going to show you in a sec. This natural and magical goodness is packed with one of the rare benefits which is going to change your entire healthy eating plans. So stick around. I'm going to tell you guys in a few moments. This would be all done with the help of some common machinery. So first let them set the honeycombs and check it out. As the process begins, the machine removes the outer top layer from the both sides of honeycombs, maintaining its pure, golden honey. This is important so that we can reach directly to the honey, as it's not that easy to access because of bees' creativity. The boxes already begin to expose and release honey at some points, but the major quantity is still inside the combs, which are being deported to the further machines. One by one, each honeycomb tray is set inside the machine, so they open the closed hives to get to all of the honey the bees were hiding. Now comes the spinning machine, which will literally dry up the honeycombs and extracts every drop of honey and constantly transfers it into the collectors. I also happened to witness this rare spinner back from Turkey, which is also the second largest producer of pure honey. The spinning process extracts the last drops of honey and thoroughly cleans the hives, making them ready for reuse. Now, the mixed honey is churned a little and then passed through built-in sieves so we get the pure, golden, flawless honey. Time to clean up, as this man recollects the honeycombs for further cleaning and reuse purposes, which clearly shows the process of making that delicious honey is never ending. The honey, stored in large containers, is kept at an optimal temperature to maintain its fluidity for easy pouring. The process typically begins with an automated filling machine. The jars are fed into the machine via a conveyor belt. Each jar is aligned under a filling nozzle to get the desired and fixed amount, while the nozzles are designed to minimize spillage and waste. At the sealing station, automated arms place lids onto the jars. And everything from here on goes so smoothly. So thanks to these automations which have helped the labor community a lot. Consuming a spoonful before meals can soothe the stomach and improve digestion thanks to its enzymes and antioxidants. So have some and stay healthy for us. You're now inside a honey spoon factory where they handpick the best honey for its amazing flavor. They don't just stop at regular spoons. They mold honey into cute spoon shapes using plastic or silicone. Each spoon gets sealed up tight with fancy film or foil, like wrapping a little gift. So you only grab, unpack, and use the honey without creating any mess. They pack them up in boxes or trays, ensuring each spoon travels safely until it reaches your kitchen. Harvesting machines might feel like a recent upgrade, but did you know they actually started making waves way back in the 19th century? Yes, a while back, people figured out that no matter how many hours they put in, they just couldn't compete the efficiency of a machine covering even a tiny field. But of course, with every passing decade, they are thoroughly changed in terms of efficiency, style, and machinery. Now they no longer look like an ancient harvester, not even from looks. So, as this potato harvester digs into the soil, it gently lifts the potatoes to the surface. Obviously, stuff like soil and debris might come up with the potatoes, but don't worry, they will get filtered out using sieves and belts. Yeah, better to say automatically. Once automatically cleaned from the debris, the potatoes are effortlessly conveyed onto a continuous belt that dispatches them straight into the loading truck fixed to the harvester. Stick around for the major transformation to happen and watch the beautiful behind the scenes of production of millions of Lay's potato chips with us. The truck is now loaded with potatoes and is heading towards the potato chips making facility. Now this high-tech machine will help to toss out all of the potatoes into the huge storage. Okay, this much potato is going to make my day because I'm a huge potato chips lover. That's my ultimate snack. Bit of the extra dirt is going to remove, thanks to these abrasive rollers that makes it possible and doesn't only transfer the potatoes towards storage house, but remove the debris as well. Now you can see they didn't remove all of the soil from the potatoes. It's actually a natural hack because the soil acts as a natural barrier, helping to keep moisture in and protect the potatoes from going bad. Here comes the testing part, where they're going to make chips out of 2 potatoes just to make sure if they are perfect to process. Getting a green signal, the conveyor belt system effortlessly shuttles potatoes from the harvest chamber to the factory storage and drops them directly into the river of fresh water. This setup is totally a game changer, ensuring a steady flow every time. By automating the transfer, it slashes the risk of damage and cranks up productivity, making everything run like a well-oiled machine. You can see how these potatoes, free from any debris, look super fresh and eye-catching. As they head into this massive peeling unit, they'll undergo a magical glow-up from the ugly potatoes to the clean, bare potatoes, all set for chip making. The peeling process actually takes place first in the peeling rolling machine, then right on these rollers, which are a little abrasive to remove the thin skin from potatoes. Can you guess what those besties would be talking about? Probably, Process Zone is the only channel that will show you this much bulking food processing. So why wasting more time to subscribe to them? Hit that button, dude. First, the peeled potatoes hit the observing and sorting station, coming out totally spotless and fresh. Then, they are tossed straight towards the slicing machines. Did you know that potatoes are a secret superfood? Yes, they're packed with more potassium than a banana and can help keep your heart a healthy powerhouse. But of course, you will need to avoid this much processing and try taking the simple food for your overall health. I want to add some more information, like Lay's was the first brand to introduce unique flavors in chips, turning a simple snack into a worldwide flavor adventure. Now watch as they roll onto conveyor belts with cool technology to shake off excessive water before taking another bath. Okay, here the potato chips are continuously kept moisturized by thoroughly running water for some good reasons. Finally, they are dried off every last water droplet, making sure they're perfectly dry and prepped for their next big move. Now, as the expert machines are going to fry the potato chips batch by batch, they make sure that every chip will be perfectly cooked and none of them will get burned or ruined during the process. Meanwhile, the continuously stirring fingers play their magic and keep on rotating the potato chips upside down to get cooked equally. By drying these chips out of the excessive oil, make sure they turn out perfectly crispy and delicious. Want to get more dramatic? Let me slow down the video a little bit to give you the perfect advertisement vibes. This skilled folk expertly sorts through the batch, swiftly separating any ruined potatoes from the squad. With sharp eyes and steady hands, they ensure only the top-quality spuds make the grade. Some secret ingredients get a cool remix, mixing with the potato chips to create an amazing flavor explosion. Look at those delicious snacks. I always fall for them. After the seasoning is added, the bunch moves to the portioning unit, or you can say multi-portioned packaging machine, where it's packed into perfectly equal amounts. One more thing, did you ever shake your packet before handing it over to your siblings to get an idea which one has more chips inside it? I thought it was only me, but after watching these inside scenes, I think that's a useless thing because they had equally poured the chips into every packet, so happy sharing buds.